Good day, ma'am. Good day, everyone. First, I would like to introduce myself. I am Eva P. Padernal, and for today's video, I am going to discuss about the difference between typical and atypical development. So, let's start now. The difference between typical and atypical development of children. Typical development will give generic progress of the child compared to peers of the same age, while atypical development occurs when the child appears to lag behind or is way ahead of the same age peers in any of the different skills. So, typical development, it is the normal progression where the children grow by acquiring knowledge, skills, and behaviors, and it is also called developmental milestone at a certain time frame. And while the atypical development occurs when the child appears to lag behind or is way ahead of same peers in any of the different skills, it is when the development doesn't follow the normal course. And more so, a child is developing atypically when he or she reaches a milestone earlier or later than other children his or her age. So, for example, sa situation, no, sa typical development, when the children can hops and stand on one foot up to 2 seconds. While kung ari siya sa atypical development, dili siya maka-jump in one place. So, another example kay maka-catch siya, catches a bounce ball most of the time. And sa atypical development, couldn't catch at all. So, naa siya kaning sa atypical development is um, for example, another example niya no kay extreme shyness. So, kulang siya sa confidence and na siya anxiety or even if kanang na siya yung mga problems, so wala siya kabalo kung sa iyahang buhaton. So, mao na siya ang typical development and atypical development. And then physical development. It is important to know that children grow physically at different rates. Girls often grow faster and are usually taller than boys of the same age during the adolescent years. However, boys continue to add inches into their early 20s, often overtaking the girls. In some cases, a failure to thrive occurs where physical growth does not follow the typical pattern. 5 to 10% of children fail to develop as expected. Physical development can be hampered by environmental or medical conditions. Parents can track the development of gross and fine motor skills to determine the physical progress of their child. So, physical development, this is how children use their bodies. So, it means physical growth and strengthening of a child's bones, muscles, and ability to move and touch his or her surroundings. So, mao ni siya ang physical development. So, next is social development. Typical children with appropriate social skills are able to form friendship easily. They can maintain healthy relationships and they understand social rules and standards. The social skills developed in childhood will lead to an emotionally healthy adult life. You can find out age level pointers that will help you to identify any areas of concern in your child. The ability to communicate well with others as well as getting involved in the interactive play are part of healthy social development. Identifying atypical social development in your child will help you to get appropriate help early enough. So, social development, this is about how children interact with others and they can show emotions. So, from the word social, so they can communicate to other children or other persons. So sa social development makatabang ni sa ilaha nga ah, maka-interact sa lain nga mga mga tao. And then cognitive development. Understanding how your child compares to other children of the same age when it comes to mental ability is important. This information can help you to identify any special needs that your child may have. Cognitive skills in a school going to child can be measured using the school's FIND program. For a toddler or younger child, being unable to understand the function of simple household items can be a red flag. A typical 21-month-old baby should have some level of understanding when it comes to shapes and colors and can identify or find hidden objects. Some atypical children do not show recognition of items that they see every day. So, cognitive development, this is about how children learn new things and solve problems. It includes how children explore their environment to figure things out. Means cognitive, learning through learn. Naka-learn sila or sa ilahang utok. So, unsao nila nga makasabay sila sa pareha nilang edad, makasabay sila sa mga buluhaton, sa mga normal. Ang kaning typical is which is kaning mga normal o mga pangunahuna. And then ang atypical development is naa sila yung mga disabilities or mas gifted sila nga pagka bata. Then next is adaptive life skills development. The development of adaptive life skills is essential for helping a child to function independently. The skills are age-related. You cannot expect your 3-year-old to perform at the same skill level as your 6-year-old. Siyempre, kay lain-lain gud silang edad. So, lain-lain sana sila og development. So, age-appropriate behaviors often develop gradually over time. Mastering adaptive life skills that are age-appropriate is important for the child's future. You can monitor typical development by communicating with your child and taking to other parents with kids of the same age or older. Find out how the other kids are doing or how they were doing at the age your child is in. This will help you to differentiate between typical and atypical development. So it is very important yun nga kaning adaptive life skill development is ang imuhang mga anak or ang iyang atuang children, for example ako na ko'y anak, mas ay very important yun nga atuha silang ihalubilo sa lain nga mga bata. And then dito na to mahibawaan nga ang naay ang kung unsa sila nga klase nga unsa silang klase nga development, typical ba sila or atypical. Dito ni mamaybawan kung sa ilahang edad is makasabay sila or pareha ba silang mga panggawi. So mo na importante kaayo nga ang bata ato sa ihalubilo sa lain nga mga bata. Pero magtan-aw ta nila, which is mag-guide ta nila sa ilahang pag-play or unsa pa na ilang mga buhaton. And then next is the time frame issue. Childhood development usually follows a course that is predictable. The mastery of different milestones or skills is used as a way to determine progress. Skills like speech, crawling, and walking are developmental milestones that can be used to determine whether the child is typical or atypical. While it is true that children usually reach milestone at different times, there is a time frame that is generally expected. This time frame will help to determine if the child is typical or atypical. There are some red flags that will indicate where there is developmental delay. However, the red flags should not be cause for panic but rather signals for closer observation. Parents can learn what to look for when it comes to their baby's development. This knowledge is helpful in identifying potential issues that may require professional intervention. So time frame issue usually follows no uh, sa childhood development. And then dire mag once ang bata is mag sa ilang development is dire na to mahibaw-an kung unsa sila nga development. Then parhaning pag speech, crawling and walking mo ni ilahang step by step nga pag develop kay diri na to mahibaw-an kung ang bata is naa siyay kana bitang nag-need ba siya special kanang care or unsa pa atohang matabang sa iyaha nga para makahalubilo siya sa ubang bata or unsa ba ato ihatag sa iyaha katagaan ba nato siya maayong kanang pagtagad or unsay ato ang ihatag sa iyaha nga pwede niyang atong maitabang para pod kung naa siya'y gibati man dinha or unsay iyahang o basin na siya disability nga pwede na to matambalan dayon or mahatagan na to pagtagad dayon. So as a parents, we are aware of what we take kana bitang magbantay ta sa tong mga anak. Mahibaw-an nato kung dili ba siya normal kay diha magud nato makita kung labi na nga ato siyang ma-compare to other children nga the same age nila, and then kanang aware pud ta ba nga akong anak no dili lagi ni sila dili lagi ni pareha siyang anak nga mo palitan no kanang 6 months old wala mo kaob na lagi to iya nga no ako dili, so diha pa lang daan months pa lang, so mahibaw-an na to kung unsa ang development sa atong anak. So pwede ba nato siya ma-therapy or unsa pay angay natong buhaton para ang future sa atong anak is makahatag ta niya og maayong pagtagad nya dili lang sad nato siya pasagdahan kay ato asad siyang ato silang i-care para pud siya maayo ilang future. Then next is insights. Children progress at different rates and have different ways in which they learn best. Yes, children progress daw is different rates and have different ways which they learn best. So ang bata is ang ilang progress is lain-lain na lain ang paagi niya, lain sad ang ilahang makatunan. Every student can learn, just not in the same day or in a same way. So every student can learn. So yes, ang every student tanan gyud mga bata is makakaton magyud, pero lain-lain or just not on the same day. Dili sa diha nga diha dayon makakaton sila. And then namagoy mga bata nga early delay or advancement silang og panguna-huna. Dili diha dayon usa ka tambag or usa ka istorya sila is makakaton sila dayon. Na ibang mga bata nga magunahuna pa kung unsay angay nila buhaton atong giistorya or unsay mga advice nga ilahang nadawat. Then lain-lain sad ang pag-adapt. So mo na gingon nga ang mga bata lain-lain man og gidak-an, lain-lain sad lain-lain sad sila og mga pangunahuna, lain sad sila og mga kuan ba kanang different culture. So that's the end of my report. I hope you gained something or naka-learn mo gamay sa ako ang report, and thank you for listening and God bless us all. Thank you once again.